Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your general reading for, I don't even know what month it is, for June 2020. Because this is a general reading, the messages will not resonate with everyone. I have with me the Radiant White deck. I am going to clarify with Alavida Sabila, and I will, to wrap the reading up, we'll be using either a Romance Angel and or an Angel Answer card. And the final question will be put to the Nostradamus Golden Oracle card, okay? I don't know if I'm having a hot flash or what. I'm just so sweaty. It's been so hot. I just came from outside, so I was checking on my plants. I have a big nursery in the back, and I'm growing lots of vegetables and herbs and things of that nature. So, just kind of give me a second here to, because I've already done some shuffling. I'm just trying to collect myself. All right, here we go. 9 cards down. I hope you can see, all right? 9 cards down, here we go. The 9 of Pentacles. Can you see that? The nine of Pentacles. There you go. The 8 of Wands. Oh, wow. The Knight of Pentacles. That's pretty good. All right. Let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. The Emperor, which is the sign of Aries. He represents the sign of Aries. The 7 of Wands. I don't know if you can see that. 7 of Wands. Oh, well, the Moon. You know, I think this moon has been, and we just had the full moon on June 5th, and it was a lunar eclipse. And so I do feel, for some of you, I know that's such a glare, but I'm going to try to, maybe that's a little better, I don't know. You know, that eclipses hide things, and I think this moon was quite powerful. It did occur in the sign of Sagittarius. Eclipses occur in pairs, so on the 21st, we will have another eclipse. It will be the new moon solar eclipse. This will also be the day that the sun will move into Cancer, so it's the summer solstice as well. And the moon rules the sign of Cancer, so... The 6 of Wands. You can't even see that, can you? I apologize. I'm going to have to figure out some more different lighting here. The 5 of Swords. Can you see him? 5 of Swords. There you go. Oh, well. And then the Knight of Cups. Well, that's interesting. So I have 2 major arcana cards, 2 court cards, 2 knights. I have 1, 2, 3 wands, a swords, a cup, and 2 pentacles. Okay, what is underneath the deck? Oh wow, it is the Knight of Wands. So now I have 3 knights. I don't think, well, there could be 3 people involved, but I'm going to assume that this is some kind of work or endeavor or career endeavor or artistic endeavor project, something of that nature. I do feel for some of you that you have had the help and support of a very strong male. He maybe has come in and offered you financial assistance. At least there's some news related to him that's been a long time in coming. But here we see, I don't know if this is him taking his offer elsewhere. Because it looks as though at the beginning, at the start of this, everything was great, right? So this is the idea of coming together. There are no fights, there are no discussions. This is about leadership. This is about one person taking the reins and the rest of the group following behind. It is typically a victory card. But I think what is most interesting to me is the fact that I go from an 8 of Wands to a 7 to a 6. I lose 1 wand, and then I lose another wand. And from here to the 6 is 2 wands. So that's about choice. It's about a crossroads. It's about some kind of opposition against you. We see that something has cropped up here, in which, maybe you've been called to defend your work, or there's so many other things coming at you that you can only deal with one thing at a time. But what I like about the 7 of Wands is, to me, it implies that you are in a better position than you realize. Maybe both of you. And this may have been a battle of wills, okay? Um, and a disagreement in terms of which direction should this thing be going in. I do feel here, connected with this Knight of Coins with the moon underneath, that this did occur around the full moon, maybe a week before, maybe this week coming up, here with these 8 wands. And the wands always speak to weeks. That's a very fast energy. The 8 of Wands implies that whatever this thing is, it happened in a hurry. There was a lot of energy behind it. So this could be travel. This could be news. This could be messages. If it's travel, it's usually typically travel by air. But basically, we don't know necessarily what those 8 wands, where they're coming from and where they're going to land. But we can see that there's a bunch of great energy across. Let me see if I can, across the card there. There's a lot of energy. Oh, here, can you see it like that? Yeah, there's a lot of energy implied in that card. So and I have no repeater numbers. This is another thing that's interesting. And quite frankly, it goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, 2 nights usually refer to the idea of doubting the sincerity of a male friend. 3 nights implies fights and arguments. Okay, sometimes 3 nights can be about things related to higher education or education. Okay, but I just get the sense here. I've got 3 people in this card. I've got these 3 knights. See those 3 people there? One person who's perhaps either said something or gotten the better of these other 2 people, to the point where the other 2 people just kind of give up and walk away. I have the 3 figures here in the moon card, and then of course I have these 3 knights. I want to take a look and see, because these are all pip cards. 1, 2 here, okay, except for the court cards. And I want to see if these cards have any meaning as they relate to these 2 major arcana cards. Y'all remember when I used to do it on my phone? I put my book together. I'm still working on it. So we will start, wow, with these 9 pentacles. Oh, my book is so heavy. It's a tome. It's not a book. So let me see here. Indeed, the 9 of Pentacles next to the Emperor may be implying that a promotion or position of responsibility will be offered to you. This position will entail benefits. Okay, I don't know if you can see him. It will entail benefits. But you are asked to consider all the facets before taking on the position. Before choosing to take on this role, it is important to consider the added duties or responsibilities involved. That's what this is telling me. That's what that 7 of Wands is telling me. And I think it may be because there's something that the person perhaps did not tell you. Maybe there was something hidden or obscured. Yes? Let's go to all of these wands. There are lots of wands here. And this to me is what stands out the most. Let me see, these wands, the 8 of Wands. Nothing about the 8 of Wands. So then we go to the 7 of Wands. Nothing about the 7. And then we move back to the 6 Nothing. Okay? The only thing left to look at is this Five of Swords. And this tells me that there have been some sharp words and maybe somebody has left the scene. I'm going to look at that with the Sibilas. Nothing about the Five of Wands. It may be indicating a victory or achievement which has been well deserved and long awaited. It tells of achieving or receiving something that you have wanted for a long time, and it's indicating that you may reap the rewards of your past efforts. This is a card of victory, so when it appears, it is telling you that you will aspire, what you aspire to will come to fruition through concentrated effort and focus. But it also implies that you may have been involved in a conflict, and the nature of the conflict is that no one will win, as the parties involved will sink to any levels to win. The result will be unhappiness and grief for both parties. A separation, permanent breakup of a partnership or relationship of some kind due to the choices made by another is implied when the Five of Swords appears. It may be telling of the breakup or severance of an important relationship or partnership and indicates the abrupt parting of ways. Now, for me, this is not really that abrupt. To me, it implies that there's a slow kind of creep out of the picture. And the only reason I say that is because this horse has not stepped across that stream yet. So there may be time. Okay, it warns of malicious gossip and of losing something or someone of importance, unfair dealings, and or theft, so you are asked to remain wary. It suggests a need to regain one's composure before stepping forward and going ahead with plans. It may be indicating that you have been acting in a selfish manner and may have been focused on self-gain. Now, I don't know about that, but what I think this is maybe some kind of offer or project that has come back from the past. And I say that because he's writing, even though this is over the reading, he's writing into it. Yeah? And all of these other horses are faced towards the future. I don't know if this offer, yeah, you took it on. I think maybe for some of you, you actually conquered it. You got rid of one thing. I think for others of you, this might be something that you're going to pass by. And still, either for others of you, this person is going to take this offer. Maybe this might come back to you passing up this particular offer. But I do feel for some of you that you have already accepted it. And unbeknownst to you, yeah, even though you can celebrate that, and like, yay, I finally got to where I want to go, there's some kind of conflict here, okay? So what I'm going to do is to take a look. I want to first look at this moon card, okay? Simply because of where it sits. And I still stand by that, doubting the sincerity of a male friend. Okay, I still stand by that. Here's this person. And maybe this person came in and promised they were going to support you or, you know, give you some finances towards your goal or whatever it was you were going to do. And then all of a sudden it seems like they ain't got time for it. I'm so busy, I'm doing other things. And then they kind of jet on you. They ghost you, right? So, let's take a look at what this moon card says and what it's all about. Bambino. Okay, can you see that? The Bambino. Fortuna. Oh, and the Donna Maritata. Well, it appears that there has been a new offer on the scene. There's my three people. Let's take a look at this this Five of Swords. I feel that for some of you, this is the idea that you were going to be the new. You were very fortunate. This was going to kind of put you in the place. She's not necessarily always about a woman with children, but she tends to be somebody who is kind and nurturing, practical and down to earth. All of the characteristics of this Nine of Coins lady. Yeah, maybe that's what you were thinking. Maybe that's what you were dreaming. Maybe that's what you've been fantasizing about. Maybe, you got some kind of hint from your subconscious that this is the way it was going to work out. But let's see what happens with this Five of Swords. Riunione. The Morte speaks volumes. And the Amore. Whatever date or meeting that you had with this individual, that shit was squashed completely. And it was squashed. This implies a rebirth, or the thing about Amore here, especially being Cupid, this can be an infatuation, and one that does not go past the initial stages of the relationship. We see that the guy is walking away with his cup. We see that. Okay? And maybe this is you trying to pull out all the stops to either figure out why the person has left, or that you don't want them to leave. But the reason why they're leaving is this. Underneath that new moon, there's somebody else that they found, either for that position or that job, or that they want to fill that particular role, whether this is business or romance. Okay? That's exactly what that says. Let's start with a romance angel card. I'm real sorry to hear that. I don't know if you had plans to go meet this person. The riunione is not necessarily always about a reconciliation or date. It could literally be, like I said, just that. Like you had a meeting with somebody. You were supposed to meet somebody. It could, like a job interview, something of that nature. But to me, however, this speaks to, well, I think it's kind of plain and clear. Your question, here we go. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I know you can't see that card. I'm going to try to put it up there. And then I'm going to figure out a way after this too. And I'm so sorry you can't see that. I'm trying. If I turn the light on, you won't be able to see it at all. All right, the big light. Angel answer. Love yourself first. And you know what's so interesting to me about that particular card? You can't really see it, but it's chock full of these baby cherubs all flying around. That's that Cupido energy. Cupido is that quick, sudden passion. Doesn't mean that it's a deep passion. It's a passion that lasts only as long as the arrow wound takes to heal. There's something better. I don't know if you can see that. There's something better. Wow, I think the cards are telling you to let this one slide. All right, here we go. Let's see what Nostradamus has to tell us. Heat and speed. That's always what comes to mind when I see the Knight of Wands. It's fast, burning quickly, but just as fast as it spins up, it dies down. It's that fire energy. It is the snake. Number 4. It is the snake. So let's read. We will start with love yourself first. And then after this, I'm going to figure out a better way to, so that you can see the cards. Love yourself first. If you desire more romance, see, it's so dark you can't even see it. If you desire more romance, first look at yourself in a caring and non critical way, of course. The more you love who you are, the greater your capacity to feel loved by others. This means trusting yourself to take good care of you, and it may entail becoming more assertive. Do not worry, you can still be very lovable while affirming your boundaries. Perhaps this means spending time alone instead of in a relationship. During this period, you can delve into introspection to understand the patterns of your love life. Ultimately, you need to take responsibility for attracting and agreeing to every relationship you've had. To heal your heart, find the blessing and lessons you have gained from each one. For instance, have you become stronger, more independent, or more patient as a result of your prior relationships? If so, then let everything else from the past go except for the lessons of love. This card emphasizes the importance of loving yourself first, especially as you prepare for your next relationship or heal the one that you are in. As you gain self respect, you will begin attracting more loving people into your life. This will lead to healthy friendships and romances based upon mutual respect. There's something better. Where's my book? Right there. There is something better. Well, well, well. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Oh, I just put that book down. Hold on. I was like, wait a minute. There's something better. Heaven has something wonderful in mind for you. However, it is not the same thing that you have planned. Ask yourself, what would you rather have? The very thing you are asking for, or something that would make you much happier and more fulfilled? Sometimes the divine has joys in store for us that we could never imagine on our own. Open your mind and heart to the possibility that you deserve even more than what you're asking for. Trust your angels to guide you in new and exciting directions. And Nostradamus comes to tell us that there's a snake here. Even the ox, healthy and hale, at the bite of a snake may fall and flail. This card warns of an impending pitfall, slander, or a trap that is about to spring. Take care not to be, with your own shortcomings, the one to poison your own life. That's what I have for you, Aries, for June 2020. I do hope those messages help. And until next time, namaste.